Emoji heart. Yes, what is your name, sir?
Oh, hi. My name is Scott, and my question is for all of you guys, depending on if you can answer this.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
Can I live with you?
What? Anyways, my question is, what's it like to work with the original cast of the Legends, say like Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, let's throw that to the cast. What was it like for you guys? Let's start with Oscar.
Harrison thought I was wearing the wig. So that was fun. That was cool.
What about you, dude?
It was going from an outside fan, going into filming Star Wars. I think working with the legends that have already made this kind of universe and are coming back to it was everything we could have hoped for and more. They're funny and warm and welcoming and made us feel as part of the universe as they already are. So it was great.
Excellent, John.
I have to say my greatest memory was taking Harrison Ford to a Nigerian restaurant in southeast London and walking in and seeing all these Nigerians absolutely frozen at the sight of Harrison Ford. And this guy comes up to him and says, "Are you Harrison Ford?" Harrison Ford goes, "I used to be."
Thank you very much for your question. One more question for now. Yes, what is your name?
Yeah, my name is Mario, and this is for the whole panel, including Chris.
What?
All right, if you guys were Jedis in real life, what color would each of your lightsabers be?
I'm gonna go to blue right away.
Listen, I'm gonna say red.
Oh.
I have to say it, red. It would be. I know.
I would like to have the first black.
Ooh!
Excellent.
I'd say gold.
Then I'm going to say silver.
I'll go rainbow colored.
Yeah, that was the best answer. Better. Thank you. Hey, nice to see you. All right, so we've seen the light side, but what you guys haven't seen yet is a little taste of the dark side. So I would like to bring out some people that let's call them relevant to your interests. As Kylo Ren, please welcome Adam Driver. As General Hux, Donald Gleason! And as Captain Phasma, Gwendolyn Christie! All right, so let's start with Adam. The images that we've seen some intense images, we've seen exciting images. Can you tell us a little bit about your character's connection to the dark side?
Well, Captain Phasma is a first order. I'm just speaking one.
Let her go, yeah.
This is so out of control right now.
Can I just say something though? You know you're on Game of Thrones, right?
Game of who?
You're on Game of Thrones. That's amazing.
Adam, what can you tell us about your connection to the dark side? Can you tell us anything?
No.
Okay. Then Donald, there is this sort of an unspoken tradition in the original Star Wars of bad guys being these sort of, let's call them humorless British types and kind of.
Are you really moving on to me? Are you moving on to me and you're letting him get away with it?
Well, I can't. There's nothing he can say. Yeah, that was it.
Come on, you gotta say something. Adam, say something.
What do you want me to say?
Who are you?
That's a good question.
Yeah, see?
Good question.
Can you tell us anything about...
Oh, man.
I mean, what can I say? We didn't really have a lot of conversations about bad or evil, actually, when we were shooting it. It was more, what do you think is the difference between being bad and being right, I think, which is a huge difference. Someone who thinks they're bad is almost kind of like a selfish thing, and it's mostly about them and hurting somebody else, to get what they want. But thinking they're right is something different. That's almost more evil. A group of people who have decided that that they're morally justified in behaving a certain way. And I think that's what we kind of approached it in less like a bad person.
Sure, because no character would really go, I am evil. Like, they just want what they want, and that doesn't always jive with what everyone else wants.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
That line is in the film, though. I am evil. Loads of times.
A huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, Donald, what can you tell us about your character?
I am evil.
Okay. Are you though, really? Is your character flat out evil?
He's British, so yeah.
Using a large weaponized machine to attain something?
Yeah, just like the British. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Gwendolyn, you are covered in head to toe in armor, which I feel like is very familiar for you. How do you, does that get in the way when you're trying to portray a character and you have this kind of cumbersome stuff that you have to work around? Or do you work it into the character?
I found it exciting because I found it not only exciting that there was a female stormtrooper, but it was the opportunity to explore a female character that is totally not about the way she looks in flesh. And that armor is exterior and it's more like the outside feeding in. And I just found it very exciting that underneath that armor is a woman. And I think it makes it really more relevant than ever.
Excellent. I'm sure you have a couple of questions for the dark side, so let's turn on the light and let a couple people ask some questions. Lights. Oh, I imagine. Yes, you sir.
Hello, it's good to meet the bad guys. I wanted to know, because I was at Star Celebration, and I got to hear John and Daisy and Oscar's story about their reaction when they were cast in Star Wars. So I'd like to hear the three new people. What was your reaction when you found out you were going to be in Star Wars?
Donald.
That's what you said? Really? No, it was, I met with JJ and Mr. Lawrence Kasdan, and they told me the story and who the guy was, and that he was in charge of people on a Starkiller base sort of thing. And hang on. Is that all right? Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay.
Do you want to talk about that for a second?
No.
What a jerk. Yeah, we the name of the base of the First Order is in honor of the original last name of Luke Skywalker is Starkiller Base, spoiled by Donald Gleason.
What else do you want to know?
You can't fire him now, so it's all fine.
They can. Yeah.
What about you?
I just didn't think it could possibly really happen. I thought that when I heard it was sort of happening and going for fittings and things, I still thought there's every chance that they can just replace me with someone else. And every day was the most surreal, bizarre experience of, like it is for all of you. It's in such a part of the fabric of your being, and then you're suddenly involved in it.
No, I don't know what it's like to be in Star Wars.
Actually, I was just in the car coming here and kind of realized then and thought, I should have thought of some things to say.
Yeah. Hello, what is your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Jonathan.
And what is your question, Jonathan?
Is there going to be any mention of Darth Plagueis in Episode 7, maybe surrounding a certain staff that someone finds?
Oh. Is that...
Larry? You want to answer that?
I don't think I heard correct. Is it Darth Vegas? Like Las Vegas? Darth Vader?
No, Larry's messing with you. I don't think we don't want to be talking about story too much too soon, but I will say no.
Great. Let's take.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's take one more question. Hey.
How's it going again?
Pretty sweet. How are you?
Good. Gwendolyn, I just want to say you're a goddess. I think you already knew that. Short and sweet cast. Just want to know, are you part of the light side or the dark side of the Force?
You mean real life? You want to know?
I just want to know which is their preference if they had to choose.
Oh.
Okay. Let's start with John. One word answer.
Oh, I wouldn't be involved in any of that. I'd be Han Solo trying to make some money.
Another chaotic good.
And I'd be his sidekick.
Oscar.
Say light side. Light side of the Force.
Adam.
Dark.
Yeah, me too.
I like to go dark.
Excellent. We're just gonna suspend questions for a second because at this point, I don't know. I thought it might be kind of fun to bring out Carrie Fisher.
You came. Okay. What are you doing here? What are the odds? All right.
Hi, Carrie Fisher.
Oh, hi. Hi, my darling. How are you? Lovely here. Okay.
So, can you give us a little? I'm sure you've been answering this question a lot, but we're all here. And
Did I know it was going to be that big of a hit?
Well, yes, I was thinking that, but I was afraid to ask it. But so my other question is, what was the feeling like for you when you walked on the set and you saw this all come to life again? I mean, I know you've lived with it for a long time, but to see it so tangibly and to be a part of it again, what was that feeling like?
It was like a flashback, kind of. I thought they were right about the acid flashbacks. I didn't think that it was going to happen again. I had to check and see if, it was just me. Is my voice coming out of my mouth? No, it was, I always said it was a little bit like before, only we looked more melted this time. But in a good way. That kind of Force melted.
And did it feel like you just picked up where you left off before, or did it feel like a new experience?
Well, it's sort of like we picked up where we left off, but we left off a while ago. So it was a long leave off, and then we're back. Now, there were certain times when the three of us were standing together, and it was hard to sort of be there and then observe an observer. So, but we're the legacy players. We're known as the legacy people. So I always think it was kind of like a tap dancing troupe or something like that. But it was great. And it was great having the new people, because they do it faster.
Well, speaking of legacy people, maybe I should bring out Mark Hamill!
Hello.
Mr. Hamill.
Yes.
We have a picture of you from 1976, which I'm sure people have seen. Can we throw that up there? There's you from 1976 with the original. I have that's an original Ralph McQuarrie design. I have one of those. And so this was before Star Wars came out, and you were at a fan convention because that was actually a part of your life before. What are you telling people about Star Wars before it's come out? You're like, I'm in a space movie. I hope you see it. Like, what do you say at that point?
Well, we only had photographs. There was no footage. And I went with Charlie Lippincott, and I think it was in Kansas. We had R2-D2 as a prop. we had C-3PO, although Anthony Daniels wasn't inside the costume. But as you can imagine, with only 25 photographs of various scenes in the movie, it wasn't really easy to describe what it was. But my enthusiasm for it was just off the charts. And I've been a fan. I think my first convention I ever went to was at the Ambassador Hotel in 1972. So I was, I've been a fan since I caught the black and white King Kong on television when I was 5 or 6 years old. And I think the fans understand that. I mean, I'm one of them. And they're obviously, over my career, they've been a really important part of my life. And, because without you guys, we're nothing.
Is there anything, I mean, this is a very momentous occasion having you guys together on stage like this. I mean, is there anything, a message that you have to the fans who've been on this journey since 1976? Is there anything to take away from it?
Wow. Like I say, keep coming back, yes, but no, it's hard to describe because when I meet you on the street, everyone has a story. I met my wife at the premiere of Jedi, or my son is named Luke, or whatever it is. It's such a personal connection, and it's very moving to me. It's sometimes hard to absorb the impact you could have had. It's almost like an out-of-body experience, because I see it put together. It's not me, it's Luke. I've never taken it for granted, and like I say, I'm moved by the connection to the world. I mean, now suddenly you become you're a friend to everyone. I mean, my wife and I went to Tahiti on our honeymoon, thinking there's nobody gonna know about this movie way out in this paradise. And we were on the back porch of the little hut on the water, and I saw a motorboat coming towards the back of, coming towards us. And as it got closer and closer and closer, I thought I was losing my mind, because at the helm was a guy in a Darth Vader mask. In Tahiti. Turns out somebody bought it in Hawaii and came to Tahiti. They were filming a movie. Dino De Laurentiis was making Hurricane, and the accountant on the film had done Star Wars. And he said, "You know what really surprised Mark? Drive up to his hut in your Darth Vader mask."
No, but it's true. When you hear people that they come and they say, I waited to show my daughter. I wanted to make sure I showed my kids. There was something that you could do as a family.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you show them at the right time, and then you watch them like, if we don't like the same character, I'm not going to like my kid.
Yeah, it's a generational thing now. So, my son, who was born when we were doing Empire Strikes Back now, he's the real Star Wars expert in my family. I hate to tell you guys, I took a Star Wars trivia contest or quiz and flunked. I said, I can't remember what Han Solo was smuggling. Was it jewels or it was spices? You guys now, I think I've ceded ownership to the world at large. Years ago.
You
I don't want
crazy
to know.
siblings. JJ, is Harrison okay? Has he been okay?
Well, why don't we see for ourselves?
Ladies and gentlemen, Harrison Ford! I'm sorry that I really have to do this. this. I apologize. I made them all take a picture backstage, and I took a selfie, and I completely blocked Harrison Ford in the picture like an ass. So if everyone could just lean in a little bit. Thank you. Got him. All right. First of all, thank you for coming out, Harrison Ford. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm at a Star Wars
I'm
panel.
great. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Great.
They're asking about your foot.
My foot just walked here.
Yeah, he's fine. Not just walked, he
How
bounded up
bad
the
could
stairs.
it be? No, I'm good. I'm really appreciative. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking.
Of course.
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. What, from your point of view, walking back onto the set, working with JJ, seeing Millennium Falcon, like what did all that feel like?
Well, it should have felt ridiculous. It was 34 years ago, and I sort of grew up, and yet here I was doing something I did so long ago, and I will tell you that it felt great. It felt I wasn't so sure it would, but the company was the right company. The director was the right director. Larry wrote us a wonderful story, and I was proud and grateful to once again be involved. You know, the original Star Wars that I was part of really was the beginning of my working life, and I was very, very grateful for the opportunity that I had in that film and for the success of that film. And so it was great to be back. Thank you.
Of course. I mean, I don't think there was one person that I knew when we saw that other footage that you released not that long ago, and you do the "we're home." Like every dude that I knew, I called like, "Do you cry?" "Yeah, I cried." "Do you cry too?" "You cried." "I cried." "I cried." "I watched 3 times." "I cried 3 times." So, you know, we all are a part of this as well, and it's so meaningful that 3 of you agreed to be in this and really kind of bring us home, all together bring us home in a weird sort of way. So, I want to, now that everyone is out on the panel, I would love to throw it to the audience to ask a couple of questions, as I'm sure you're eager to do. So let's start with you, sir. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Bradley. How are you?
Hey, Bradley, make sure and lean into the microphone.
Yep, will do. Okay. So this is a question for the returning cast, but if any of the other cast or crew want to answer as well, feel free to do so. What stands out to you as the biggest difference in terms of theme in this new movie compared to the original trilogy?
I don't know that it's a difference in theme. It's a development of theme, and it's a natural progression of the that has occurred from the stories that we told in the first 3, and perhaps an emotional rounding of the experience that we all had in the first 3 films.
I was just glad I didn't have to go to Toshi's station and pick up any power converters.
I've placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion of the memory system of the ZAR 2 unit. I don't want to do that again. But I didn't have to. We sort of, we were more grown up this time, I think.
It was, I didn't have to say it'll take a few minutes for the Navicomputer to calculate the coordinates.
My favorite.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you for your question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I had a different question, but seeing the cast here, I have to ask, Thank you for coming.
That's a good question. What I have to.
Thinking back, did you ever think that what were your expectations of what your characters were going to end up in before the movie? Like, where did you think Han Solo would end up? Where did you think Luke would have ended up? And so forth.
So that's all I have to you is so forth. Oh
my God!
Exactly.
You're just Gilligan's Islander and the rest. That's terrible.
I thought it was going to be more girly this time, and we would do like a shopping planet and facials, very weird laser hair removal, but it turned out differently. So that was okay too.
Mark?
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you find out that the only woman that you really fell head over heels with is your sister.
Yeah.
It's telling you something. So I had a feeling I'd probably wind up like Sir Alec in the first one, living in some igloo out in the desert. With just in therapy, but with just no human contact, just droids.
You don't think his first question on a date, you're not my sister, are you? No, okay,
yeah,
good.
Exactly. I want a blood test. No, seriously, because we all laugh about it, but when you follow it through, that must have been quite the traumatic experience for my character. You know what I'm saying? Because we were both after her in I know what you're saying.
How many times can I say I'm sorry?
I'll get over it someday.
My mother.
My sister, my mother.
Harrison, do you have a thought about where Han might have ended up?
No, it never occurred to think about it because I never expected that it would come back. To bless me rather than haunt me. It was. I never thought that we would do another, and it was only. I was very gratified when I read the script because I read something that I thought was really remarkable, really well written, and. With some very intriguing developments. And so I was delighted to be involved, and I was very happy to be part of the story and the cast again.
Excellent. Well, I want a huge hand for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And I feel like this wouldn't be the Star Wars panel that you would be expecting if we just ended right there. Exactly! Amen to you, sister. So, JJ, what else do you have in store?
Well, here's the question. Obviously, besides these amazing performers on this panel, and again, thank you all for being here, there's another significant star of this series, and it's the music. Who likes the music to the Star Wars movie? So, wouldn't it be cool if we did something insane right now? Who wants to go see a live Star Wars concert right now?
I see a few hands are up.
Okay, now,
I see a couple hands.
we only have room for all of you. So here's the thing. We're going to do something that is truly crazy, and the city of San Diego somehow said okay to this. We are literally all going to walk to a location together, and we are going to experience a Star Wars concert tonight. Now, in order for this to work, in order for this to work, this has to be done very carefully, and I put all the responsibility on Chris Hardwick's shoulders.
Oh,
Chris?
hey, oh, sure, thank you. I know, cut to tomorrow, like, why am I the one getting sued? Okay, so here's a very important thing. Here's what you must understand. There is room for everyone. No murdering allowed. There's no need to push. But in a very orderly fashion, outside you're going to get one of these, and this is going to gain you entrance. I first want to quickly introduce and give a tremendous amount of respect to a man by the name of Kevin Doyle. I don't know if you saw Kevin's story, but in memory of his wife, Kevin walked 645 miles from Rancho Obi-Wan. And he's now going to finish his walk here with us. So, Kevin is here, and then here he is right here. Here's Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Please, a huge... Kevin, I promise. And some friends. Kevin, I know you thought you were done. We're just going to make you walk a little bit more. They're going to follow you. So here's what, in order for this to work, everyone has to, I know you're taking pictures and you're not listening to me, and I feel like you're my children right now, and I need you to focus. Put down your damn computers and let's, okay, pictures, pictures, pictures. Okay, listen to me. Okay, good, thank you. You're going to follow these stormtroopers in an orderly fashion. There is absolutely no need to push. Because we don't want this to turn into a tragic event. We want to be happy. We're all happy that we're here. We're seeing stuff no one's ever seen before. And we're all going to go see a Star Wars concert together, everyone. So please, I'm going to let our panel go. Would you please leap to your feet and give me a huge round of applause for the Star Wars The Force Awakens. Oh, I'm sorry. And honestly, JJ, thank you so... Yes, you're going to follow these guys in an orderly fashion. This has been an absolute dream of mine. I can't tell you how important this has been. Thank you for being here and being a part of it. Very carefully. Thank you, Mike. Everyone calmly. Let's... Yeah, they're all going to go this way. Oh, you guys go that way. Yeah, you guys go that way. Cast and producers, don't push each other.